Hey folks, this is Gabe Security Baron, and after a number of name changes, it seems that Tind has decided on naming this camera the Tind Indoor 2, and we've decided to see what it's made of. In today's review of the Tind Indoor 2, we're going to put it to the Security Baron necessary features test and then dive into its mobile app, the Tind app, to make sure you have all the information you need to make the right decision. If you'd like to see a list of our favorite home security cameras, Google Security Baron Best Home Security Cameras. If you have a question about today's review, leave us a comment and I'll get back to you. Let's kick off today's review of the Tind Indoor 2 by putting it to the Security Baron necessary features test. Here at Security Baron, we think that every home security camera should have stellar video quality, two-way audio, night vision, local and cloud storage, smart platform integration, artificial intelligence, convenience, and value. Our first Security Baron necessary feature is going to be that stellar video, and we define stellar video as having at least 1080p high definition video and a 120-degree field of view. Unfortunately, the Tind Indoor 2 is bringing it. It has a 1080p, so you're going to have nice clear images. We got some pretty vivid color, and you get a 125-degree field of view, so it's 5 degrees over our minimum. Especially if you place the Tind Indoor 2 in a corner, you're gonna see most everything that takes place in any given space. If you note in our footage that my face is quite clear, you can make me out pretty much no matter how far away I am in a particular space. It just looks nice and even, and it really gives a great perspective of what's going on. So when it comes to the video quality on the Tind Indoor 2, we're giving it full marks. Two-way audio is a Security Baron necessary feature because you want to be able to have a clear conversation with whoever happens to be in your space. You want them to hear you, you want to be able to hear them, even if it's just telling them to leave some of your stuff alone. Now when it comes to the Tind Indoor 2, it's bringing it. It has pretty solid, pretty clear two-way audio. Now one thing I will note is that there is a little bit of ambient noise, as you can see here.
This is the audio on the Tind Indoor 2.
Despite that ambient noise, you still can hear pretty clearly, and honestly, considering how affordable the Tind Indoor 2 is, I wouldn't expect those advanced noise cancellation features. So when it comes to two-way audio and the Tind Indoor 2, we gotta give it full marks. Well, hold on. I hope you're enjoying today's review of the Tind Indoor 2. If you want to be kept up to date on the newest in home security cameras, smart home security, cybersecurity, Bluetooth trackers, and much, much more, subscribe to our channel, Security Baron. We're dropping new hot content weekly. All right, let's get back to the video. Night vision is a Security Baron necessary feature because you definitely want to be able to see what's taking place in the dark. And fortunately, the Tind Indoor 2 really impresses. I'll be honest, I was pretty skeptical that a device this small could have any type of impressive night vision, and boy was I wrong. It doesn't seem to have a ton of infrared LEDs, but what it does have really presents a clear picture. I can walk around the room, I can get really close, I can get really far, and it's really capturing everything in great detail. So ultimately, really impressed with the night vision on the Tind Indoor 2, and we have to give it full marks. Local and cloud storage is a Security Baron necessary feature. You want to be able to have things stored locally on the device, and you also may just want to be able to throw it into the cloud and access it from anywhere. Unfortunately, the Tind Indoor 2 does not have a local storage option, but it does have some pretty excellent cloud storage ones, starting with the fact that it gives you 7 days of cloud storage for free for your entire life. So once you have that accessible, you can go into the cloud, watch your videos, download your videos, share your clips, whatever you like. Now, if you want to extend that, you can do so. It's $9.99 a month, and that gets you 30 days of cloud storage. Now, whether or not you decide to go with the free 7 days or the 30 days, one excellent element of the Tind Indoor 2 is that if you go into a live view, for example, you can download those clips directly to your phone if you decide to hit record. So if I'm in live view, I see something happening, I tap on record, it's going to download those straight to the photos folder on my mobile device, which is really useful. So when it comes to local and cloud storage for the Tind Indoor 2, we're going to give it half marks. Smart platform integration is a Security Baron necessary feature. Some of the larger platforms out there are Amazon's virtual assistant, Google's virtual assistant, or Apple's virtual assistant. And that integration allows you to just use your voice or those mobile applications to control your cameras. Now, when it comes to the Tend Indoor 2, it does integrate with Amazon's virtual assistant. However, I would say that its utility is limited. You can use your voice to ask your Amazon Echo Dot, for example, to show you past recordings on your Tend Indoor 2, but unfortunately you don't have the ability to view your Tend Indoor 2's live feed. I think that would be the most popular thing that people would want to do with their indoor security camera, and it's just something that it is not capable of. So when it comes to smart platform integration and the Tend Indoor 2, we got to give it half marks. Artificial intelligence is a security bare necessary feature, and AI is important for not only cutting down the number of notifications you get, but just overall rounding out your home security apparatus, and the Tend Indoor 2 really excels in this capacity. It has facial recognition technology, so you can create your own facial recognition library. It can recognize those people that are coming into your home frequently and let you know when people that it doesn't recognize are there. So maybe you want to turn your notifications on, for example, for when your dog walker comes. So now you're like, oh, okay, the dog walker, Richard, has arrived, and let me just let Richard go back and do his thing, but at least I know my dog has been walked. So it's a really useful element. And so when it comes to artificial intelligence and the Tend Indoor 2, we have to give it full marks. Convenience is a security bare necessary feature because you want the installation and maintenance of your device to be easy, intuitive, not problem. Unfortunately, that is definitely the case with the Tend Indoor 2. I simply went to my adapter, plugged it in, made sure I was close enough to my Wi-Fi to capture it, plug it all up, get it going with the mobile application that really facilitates this entire process. And then I just began building my facial recognition library of friends, and I was set and ready to go, probably less than 15 minutes. So overall, a really convenient process, and I have to give it full marks. Value is a security bare necessary feature because we all want the bang for our buck. We all want to feel like we got one over on the company. And I gotta say, with the Tend Indoor 2 coming in at under $60, it's kind of how I feel. You pay $59.99, and what do you get? You get a camera that doesn't really require you to pay any more money if you don't want to, with that free 7-day cloud storage where you can watch, share, download all the clips to your heart's content. You get that facial recognition library, so you know exactly what's going on in your home and who exactly is doing it. And you also just have that 1080p high definition video with a more than adequate 125-degree field of view. So it's just really bringing out all the hits. It's like the end of the concert, end of the tour. They're just really letting you have it all. So overall, big fan of the value with the Tend Indoor 2, and we have to give it the fullest of marks. Okay, now that we've put the Tend Indoor 2 through the security bare necessary features test, let's check out its mobile application, the Tend app. Now this is where you're gonna be doing your live streaming of footage, setting up your facial recognition library, looking at your event history, and you want it to be an intuitive, easy process. And fortunately, people are loving it. You have a 4.7 out of 5 star rating in the Apple App Store and a 4.6 out of 5 star rating in the Google Play Store. So let's go ahead and check it out on my iPhone. Here we are checking out the Tend Indoor 2 in the Tend mobile application. Right off the bat, you see a few different options and you see that play button. So let's go ahead and check out the live view. Here we are in the live view. You can see me pretty well. Now let's go ahead and take that to a fuller screen by clicking, or rather tapping, on that frame in the bottom right-hand corner. And now you see just that space. And if you look at the bottom, you have a microphone icon, a speaker icon, and that camera icon, allowing you to speak or listen, or even record this footage right now in the live view. Now, one interesting thing is that if you do take a picture, record in the live view, it's not gonna go into your event history, as you may note with some other cameras out there. Rather, it's going to record it directly to your phone. So if you're on an Android or an iPhone, you'll find those recordings in your photos. So that's one thing to remember with the Tinned Indoor 2, and it's actually something I like. So I'm not dependent on having a connection to the app to review that footage that I've taken in the live view. Now if I go get the landscape route, I get a full picture and it moves all those icons to the right side of the screen. Now jumping out, let's look at some of these options you have right there within the app. So the top one is set motion detection. And here you note that it's currently enabled where it's recording events. Now let me go ahead and turn that off for a second. And now it's not going to record anything. Now if I turn it on, I can decide on the sensitivity, the motion sensitivity that I want it to have, and I can schedule those notifications so I can have it sent at all times or within set times if I don't want to be bombarded with messages. Now, an excellent element that we have to point out right from the get-go is that it has artificial intelligence, specifically facial recognition technology. So here I've got a few people put into the system. And if you note, I, for example, don't want any notifications when it's just me in the room because I know it's me, or maybe I don't want any from my other friend, but I do want notifications when a particular person has entered or left. Maybe it's a dog walker, maybe it's a male person, who knows. Now, if I continue out of here, I can go directly into the facial recognition library and I can add a new profile if I so desire. And this will just let me take that person's face and enter them, and it'll over time it'll get better at actually recognizing that individual. Now, if I want to go and add more cloud storage, because I do get 7 days free, I can do so by just tapping on add additional storage, go to subscriptions, and you get 30 days of cloud storage for $9.99 a month. Now remember, this is a facial recognition equipped device. So when I tap on event history, which is right there in the middle, you'll see that it's telling me each person that came into the room. So it's typically just me, and it's saying, hey, this is who is in here, this is what they're doing, which is really useful. So I can just use this element of the app to actually say, hey, this is what's going on and who was doing it. Now, one thing to note is if you see at the beginning, it was not always recognizing me in certain positions when I was on the phone, when I was too far away. It isn't perfect. We're not that far into the future yet, but generally speaking, it recognizes me basically 90% of the time. Now, I can review any one of these clips simply by clicking into it. So I click there, I click play, and after a moment of buffering, that clip will begin to play. So here I am just playing on my Apple Watch. You can see exactly what's going down. I'm tapping a lot. Very boring video, but I do have it, and I am able to access it really easily right inside of the event history. So beyond the fact that it's recognizing my face in these clips, you'll note that if I tap on the settings on the right side, those 3 dots, it makes it really easy for me to download those clips, delete those clips, share those clips, or even bulk delete those clips. Because remember, if you're just using the free cloud service, it's only going to save these clips for 7 days. So you may want to download specific ones, or maybe something's embarrassing, you want to delete it, or maybe something funny happened and you just want to send it to people in your family. But overall, it's really easy and intuitive way to navigate your event history, and something I wish other home security cameras adopted. So that's a look at the Tinned mobile application for the Tinned Indoor 2. Here I am checking out the Tinned Indoor 2's daytime vision, and you can tell that the video quality is pretty good. We're getting that 1080p high definition, and it can capture most things in this room with that 125-degree field of view. We can go in and give a little bit of a globe test, check it out, see what we have here. Wow, the ocean, really? That's pretty boring. But you can go ahead and see, we can zoom in, we can see South America pretty well. And no matter where I am in this space, you can make out my face. So overall, really happy with the video quality on the Tinned Indoor 2 with that 1080p and 125-degree field of view. Here I am checking out the night vision on the Tinned Indoor 2. I'm about 10 feet away, yet you can see my face pretty well. I mean, looking at the camera, you might be skeptical at first, but with the infrared LED, you can see me so well, so detailed. It's got a great perspective of everything going on in this room, despite how dark it is. I mean, give it a little globe test here. Wow, you can really see, like we got Asia here, Africa. I'm a huge fan of the food over here in West Africa, some of the best in the world. You know, it's really slept on by everyone else. But look at everything in this room. You can see the plants are all in full detail. Really impressive night vision with the infrared LED on the Tinned Indoor 2. Let's recap how the Tinned Indoor 2 fared on our security brand and necessary features test. Stellar video, full marks with that 1080p high definition, crisp, clear video and 125-degree field of view. It's really bringing it when it comes to video quality. Two-way audio, full marks. You're able to speak and be heard by anyone who's in the space or vicinity of the Tinned Indoor 2. Night vision, full marks. With the infrared LEDs, you get a really clear picture of what's taking place in the dark. Local and cloud storage, half marks. The Tinned Indoor 2 does not have a local storage option, but has a pretty sweet cloud storage option with free 7 days. Smart platform integration, half marks. The Tinned Indoor 2 does integrate with Amazon's virtual assistant, but with limited functionality. Artificial intelligence, full marks. The Tinned Indoor 2 has facial recognition technology, allowing you to know exactly who is coming in and out of your home. Convenience, full marks. You can have the Tinned Indoor 2 up and running in no time at all. Value, full marks. The Tinned Indoor 2 costs less than $60, but it's bringing you a very valuable feature set. All right, we've come a long way with the Tinned Indoor 2, but joining, hey Gabe, is this the right device for me? You know, I'm not really sure. And listen, let me just break it all down for you. You have impressive video quality. We're talking 1080p high definition video. You have artificial intelligence, and that I mean a facial recognition library that can get to know the faces of you and your loved ones. You also have 7 days of cloud storage where you can view and share clips, download them forever, do whatever you like. And finally, there's just a great app that kind of makes that into a coherent process altogether. 4.7 in the Apple App Store, 4.6 in the Google Play Store. You really can't beat that. Now, if you're looking for a robust smart platform integration or local storage, you're not gonna get that with the Tinned Indoor 2. But overall, it's a really strong home security camera coming in at a very affordable price of $59.99 and should definitely be something you look at when looking out for you and your family's safety. So that concludes our review of the Tinned Indoor 2. If you appreciate today's video, give us a like and please hit that subscribe button. As always, this is Gabe, Security Baron. Be secure.